you got to go back and get your shower, get your clothes. I'll let you go. Jake Hicks, appreciate you, big man.
Hey, thank you, man.
All righty. As we slide down the row here, had a pretty good game today. I think he's number one on the program, number one in our hearts. Mr. Dean, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about you guys?
Doing well, doing well. Talk to us a little bit about 41 points you threw up there. What was your thoughts again originally coming in, taking on this Sullivan East team?
We knew they had a lot of shooters. They have about, I think every game they had like 3 or 4 in double digits. So we were just trying to contain them. Then whenever they came out in the zone, double teaming Zach, and the rest of us had to make plays.
You know, you've went sort of up and down on the last couple of games. You've hit some shots, and then there's been some hasn't gone. Was there anything different today? I mean, because you were able just to get your shot and be able to make it pretty much from anywhere.
We had I don't remember if it was my freshman year or last year, but we played an early game against Tennessee High. It was like the same kind of thing. I don't know. I seem to always have a pretty good morning game here.
So is there any way we can schedule our rest of our games in the mornings, maybe during school or anything like that? So, of course, like I said, you all, you had a heartbreaking loss the other night, and of course the last 2 nights really played well. So you got Dobbins Bennett coming up playing for 6th place. Do you know much about the Indians and your initial thoughts about playing here on Monday?
Well, I know that I have a lot of friends on there, but we're just going to go out there. You know, there ain't no friends on the court except for my teammates, but I don't know a whole lot about them. But, I mean, I know their personnel, so we're just going to, I'm sure, watch a little bit of film on them and then get ready for them.
You know, you came into the ballgame, of course, John Compton with the sprained ankle. Be back, a week or 2 or whatever. Did you feel a little bit more pressure to score and to get everybody involved with him not being on the court today?
Yes, sir. It's definitely a lot different defensively, too, because John's a ball dog, and he most time guards they're either their best scorer or their point guard. But, yeah, we're definitely missing out there offensively as well.
Just a side note, now I know the 3-point competition in slam, or is anybody from Gate City participating? Are you? Or
I don't think so. I don't think anybody is.
Okay, good deal. Well, I know you got family and friends here. We'll let you get back, get changed, get you out of here, get you a good day of rest tomorrow, and we'll see you here on Monday.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Again, player of the game, Bradley Dean, 41 points, 7 rebounds, absolutely owned the Sullivan East Patriots. And last but not least, the coach of the year in the Virginia High School League 2A, Coach Scotty Vermillion. Coach, how are you, buddy?
Good, doing better now.
Talk to us a little bit about this, your initial thoughts about the big win again, 83-68.
A lot of adversity in this game, coming in without John Compton, who's a big player for us, and going and looking at playing the early game, and then knowing they were going to do something to guard Zach special. They did. They guarded him with 2 and 3 guys every time he touched us. So it gave opportunities for other guys to make plays, and Dean's a special scorer, but our other guys are really special. They don't make a lot of mistakes. And, they catch and move the ball for us and defend and rebound. So those guys really stepped up. I thought Jake Hicks played a big role for us. He's not played much all year, so he stepped in there and started for us and played well. So I'm really tickled with the win. It's a good team we beat.
And again, Sullivan, we talked about this, your all's ability to shoot from outside and what they were doing with Irvin. Open up some lanes. You all were able to move, probably the best you all have moved, especially in this tournament, in terms of your overall motion offense.
Yeah, it is. We try to score first side of the floor all the time, and so we knew that second and third side was going to be some closeouts for Brad, and he was hot in the first half, and when a kid gets like that, you let him go and play. He played an awesome game with the ball in his hands. I was really proud of him.
Well, Coach, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. And you all may have talked about this when I was away, but I think this was quite possibly the best game I've seen Gate City play this year.
Yeah.
It seemed like that they executed the plays. Different people were able to get open underneath. I was really pleased with it.
Yeah, we did. Other people touched the ball. Without John in there, it made folks think about touches. And, and I'll tell you, Sullivan East comes out, and anytime somebody gets doubled or tripled like Zach is, if you have other players and they don't get involved, then you're not going to win that ball game.
Right. Well, I thought they responded well.
They did. They responded well.
Like
sure
I said,
did.
I thought it was the best game of the season.
We did. We moved it and passed and cut. It's good stuff.
Yeah, especially the first quarter we were talking about that. It seemed like almost every possession, everybody was touching the ball, which has kind of been, not the MO this tournament. Especially there's been a little bit more isolation than we saw that we didn't. Of course, and looking at the scoreboard, of course, Irvin came up. He ended up with 25 in the game.
Yeah.
He had a quiet first half. He only had 10 points at halftime. Of course, he hit those big threes coming out the fourth quarter. It was an 8-0 run, Zach, against East as we
he's tough.
as it started. So, do you think that we've started that first session of the season now? How are you think you are as a team? Are you where you think you need to be, where you thought you would be? And you've got a tough conference schedule. Again, after Monday, we've got Union, we've got John Battle next week. Where do you think you are as a team?
We're still trying to find some pieces. Kids like Luke Reed who play so hard. Those guys, those types of players, you've got to find places for, and we're trying to work him in that role. And our two bigs are doing an excellent job of maintaining the post for us. They're both very similar, but they both have different assets. So we're still trying to find our rotation, and it may be different. Like I said, Hicks stepped in there today. So, as a coach, I'm never happy or satisfied, obviously. But we're progressing, we're growing, and it's all about our spirit and our attitude. And, how the last guys off the bench, how they practice, and how they participate and contribute. Those are important things. And right now in our program, we've got good kids who are for us. So, I'm excited about that.
We worried about talking about this as an early game. This is 3 games in 3 days. Y'all pretty much 17 hours between games. Now you've got a little bit of time to sort of regroup and get ready for Dobbs Bennett on Monday.
We need rest. I'm sure DB needs rest. It's hard to play 4 games in a row. That's almost bad for your body. So tomorrow's going to be a much needed rest for both teams. It's going to be a great game. 2 neighboring schools who have a lot of friends cross the line, and they've played with each other. Win or lose, it's just going to be a great atmosphere, a great game for both communities.
Do you know much about this year's Indians team in terms of what they do?
Yeah, I've seen them once or twice, and they're very, very good. They're well coached. They don't just go through one guy. They have a bunch of guys that can do a bunch of things, and so they're going to be a tough match.
So again, I'm kind of the neutral one on this panel. He is a Dobbs Bennett's alumni.
Not to say not a fan of Gates.
So we may have to bar him from the game. Again, I want to make sure the loyalties lie where they are.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's going to be tough.
I can be impartial.
They're awfully good.
I've got friends with Gate City, friends with Dobbins Bennett.
We've got family over there. Some of their kids, their parents went to Gate City, and so and their cousins and whatnot. But really, it's two close communities. It's going to be fun.
And you talk about going back a little bit. The opening night, that's such a great game against Manoa. They could possibly win. What's your overall thoughts? Let's say that we do move forward and get the win on Monday. Your overall thoughts about this year's Arby's Classic?
I'll tell you that if we do win it, if Winona does win it, then every team that plays in the Arby's from here on out wants us to draw them because we draw the champion,
that's
every year.
And you, within 1 point of taking, and you all were a better team. I'll just go out there and say it. So anyway,
they were awful good too, right?
Yeah,
Arby's is always a tool for us. We've got 2 wins in Arby's now. We'll go after another one Monday, but it's a tool for us to prepare for what we might see in March, late February, March, because those teams up the road in 2A Virginia are much like these teams. They might not be as big, may not be as gifted because these are the best teams in the nation, but they're very similar to what we're watching now. So that's why we play in it. We don't schedule smaller schools as much as we do bigger schools. And, we're fortunate right now to have a couple guys that can score the basketball, and it helps us to win a few games. We had Mac last year. So, we've done this for a long time. We end up losing or losing close. Sometimes we get a win. But that's why we do this, to get better.
Well, Coach, I know you got family here and a lot of things probably, so we'll let you get out of here and get you some much-deserved rest. And again, congratulations on the win.
Watch some football tonight?
Yeah. Who you got?
I can't go against Clemson, and you'd be a fool to go against Alabama. So.
Clemson, Alabama, call here, Coach Vermillion. Go ahead and write it down. Call your bookies, whatever you're going to do. Make sure you put some money on. Again, Coach Vermillion, appreciate the time you spent with it.
Thanks for doing this.
We're going to take a quick break, come back. We'll finish things up here, and we'll talk a little bit more. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Christina Kilgore-Wiggs of A-Team Real Estate Professionals has a simple philosophy. Clients come first. She fights for her clients' best interest and will pledge to stay in constant communication with them throughout the entire buying or selling process. And she doesn't measure her success through achievements or awards, but through the satisfaction of her clients. So give her a call today at 423-360-0092. Again, that's 423-360-0092. Christina Kilgore-Wiggs of A-Team Real Estate Professionals.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
And we're back at Viking Hall after Gate City pulls out an impressive win over Sullivan East. We've got with us right now the voice of the Indians, Michael Delaney. I've known Mike for a while, grabbed him at the end of the game so we can kind of get a preview on Monday's game. How you doing today, Michael?
Doing well. Thanks for having me down here. It's always a privilege and an honor to talk about basketball.
Well, Monday night, the game that I wanted to happen, but at the same time I didn't want to be put in this situation. Tell us a little bit about Dobbins Bennett basketball. How are they doing this year?
Well, you're looking at a ball club that's got I think we got 7 seniors. So their experience came back from the Bahamas. Last year won the Bahamas tournament. This year didn't do so well. I think we came in 3rd or 4th place in the Bahamas. Only have 2 losses. But this is a team that's experienced, a team that likes to play together, likes playing with each other, and it's going to be a fun game because it's Gate City, it's a rival, and I've made mention on the air more than once that the game's at 1 o'clock. If you're not out of Gate City by 11:30, the gate closes. You can't get out of Gate City and to get up here to Viking Hall, so it's going to be interesting.
Well, yeah, I've had a lot of people ask me that. I've been surprised to find out the number of people in Kingsport that do follow Gate City, and we were talking about that during the broadcast. There's a lot of connection between the two schools. I'm really having a hard time with this because I've had cousins go to Gate City. Of course, I work with Gate City Sports, but yet I have students that are playing for Dobbins Bennett. When it comes time to it, though, Monday, who does Gate City need to watch for? Who are the players for Dobbins Bennett?
If I'm not going to give away all the secrets, but Coach Poore will kill me. But if I were playing Dobbins Bennett, I would make sure that you got to watch out and make sure don't let them get hot. Dobbins Bennett we're going to run. We like to run. We like to be athletic. We like to use our athleticism. And if they do that, Dobbins Bennett is a formidable team and can play with anybody, anywhere, at any time. But on the other hand, watching Gate City for the first time this year, looking at Vermillion, looking at Irvin, and looking at the Dean kid, when you got guys that can shoot the ball like that, it makes it real hard. When you got guys that matter what position they're in, they can get their shot off. They can either get it off a pass or they can create their own shot. It makes it very, very difficult to guard. So it's going to be a tale of two interesting contrasts between both teams.
Well, adding another wrinkle to this matchup, you were talking about how Dobbins Bennett likes the run and gun, the West Coast offense. Gate City's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
They like to slow it down, work the ball around to get their open shot. It's going to be a good game.
Gate City has been a victim of doing which we sort of criticize all year. They sometimes try to play the other team's tempo or the other team's offense. Like you saw with Sullivan East there was a little bit of time we were trying to just do what they were doing, and but whenever we sort of settled down and did what we needed to do, we were more effective and was able to come out with the win. But and you were talking about spurts. We watched Dobbins Bennett this morning take care of Morristown East. Yeah. They do remind me of we played Science Hill, but they're a better version. And they're like you said, when they get hot, all of a sudden, boom, there's 12 points on the board, and you didn't blink.
Yeah, I like to call it spurtability.
Yeah,
you can get points in bunches. You can, Dobbins Bennett has guys that can shoot the ball. They can make shots between Britt Thomas, Brody Potter, Murray Foreman, Romello Wadsworth. You can get those guys going, and when you do that, there's a big 6'7" kid in the middle that if you leave him alone, he will make you pay. And and Charlie has worked really. Charlie Browder has worked on his game a lot over the years. He's got several different post moves. So,